Всем привет, ребят, с вами Леха, и сегодня поиграем в Chatlinx. Так, давай разрешим. Скриншотик сделаем. Сохранить. Посмотрим, что у нас тут. Так, чё? Типа предлагают загрузить. Подожди, нам... О, русский нужен. Чус. Допустим, Алексей. Идем. Так. Настройки есть. Музыку мы прям вот так вот сделаем. Эффекты. Вот так вот. Ну давай, погнали. Так. Фига себе тут частей. Ну окей, давай. Первая глава. Ну, я нажимаю.
My room, my sanctuary, the place where my day begins.
Озвучка типа есть, но она по-английски.
And where it ends. I was studying for the criminal psychology program, just as you may have assumed. I would like to become a police detective one day. Mom's not particularly in spite of everything. I've applied to the police, and I hope I'll be admitted.
Что-то поинтересное будет, наверное.
My father would have been proud of me if only he could see. My father's life was shrouded in mystery. Due to his job, he used to be a policeman. His goodnight stories were no fairy tales. They were real. Very real. But in order for them to have a happy ending, I would have to solve a puzzle my father gave me. I loved that feeling. The feeling when I would solve the puzzle and fight, because that would mean that the bad guy was punished, the innocent one spared, and I would drift off to sleep. Happy because it was me who made it all possible. That's how it all began. I was voraciously going through the pages of the course book, fascinated by the amount of new information that I was able to find there. This is such an interesting and applicable in practice too. I already want to try out my new... I don't know where all this enthusiasm is coming from. Maybe I've had too many sweets. When you walk in the street, do you ever look up and notice the faces of the people? Do you ever wonder if they're happy or sad? Do others wonder what kind of secrets people hide?
Так.
I think about that practically all the time. I even find it challenging to read other. That's also one of the reasons why I decided to follow in my father's footsteps. I think I have a gift for that. That's why I was working so diligently and constantly. That was my passion. I was interested in the course book, but the constant blinking of my phone screen kept distracting me that time. Akiko's awake, and now she's gonna bombard me with texts. It's time for a break. Akiko is my best friend and the voice of reason.
Я, значит, персонажа назвал Алексей. Отлично.
She doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's always brutally honest. Many hate her for that, but I just adore her.
Так.
Her dream is to become a doctor. I know what you're thinking right now. How can such a sharp-tongued girl be sympathetic and kind towards the patient? I'm not sure either, but Akiko would most certainly do her best in order to control her inner demons. Or at least she'd give it a try.
Чё? Опс. А что случилось-то? Так, ну давай имя мы и поменяем. Пойдет. Пойдет. В смысле? Да она не пишет ничего. А, ну я же нажимал в прошлый раз. Привет, подруга. Привет. Одежда больше подходит ей. Просрать. Я подумаю. Кто он? Смейся, Надежда. Так. Угу. Пока-пока. Бай. Опа.
I don't remember the exact moment when I leaned my head against the book and closed my eyes. But obviously, it was enough for me to drift off. That was how I spent the entire... I opened my eyes and lifted my head from the book. One page remained glued to my cheek. And I accidentally tore it off by lifting my head. I thought about how ridiculous I must have been at that moment. I took a selfie and went to the mirror to check if there was any text mapped on my cheek. Ugh, I look terrible. Akiko would die laughing if she could see me like this. I'll save this photo and send it to her. To make her smile next time she feels... I picked up the scattered notes from my desk and put them in my backpack. The preparation classes for the entrance exam started... I put on my favorite outfit.
Так, внешний вид. А, цвет кожи, что ли? Ты... Да. Да вот пусть стандартная. Давай дальше. Что там? Прическа. Потемнее давай. Понятно, за бабки. Пусть такая форма, а что такое? А, нафиг. Так, окей. Блин.
Favorite outfit. But the real truth is that it became my favorite one only after I had received a compliment. Katsumi had always, but I hadn't seen him much since our high school. We were used to texting each other every day about all sorts of things. I couldn't spend a day without his text, even if it was just a simple punctuation mark. I hope I'll see Katsumi at the metro station. I caught myself thinking about Katsumi. I had been successfully resisting his charm for quite a while. And that was something not all of the other girls in her school. He was one of the most popular guys in high school. Who would have thought that a gamer and programmer could attract so much attention? For Katsumi, it was just a piece of cake. My phone then rang and brought me back to reality. Katsumi thought of me. I saw Katsumi's text on the phone screen and it lifted my spirits. The signs of tiredness disappeared from my face and were replaced by a silly grin. If only I had been able to see myself back then. Everything would have been perfectly clear to me.
Телефон опять. Угу. Смайлик, конечно. Начинается. Давай лучше детективные чуть расследования какие-нибудь. Действуй. Угу. Посмотрим. Вот и пригодился типа монетки, да? Дорогой донат-то. Неплохо. Ни разу. И сколько мы будем писать? Переписываться полдня?
The metro station wasn't very far away from my apartment. I ran all the way down to it as to I was shoving through the crowd and Hakiko's waiting for me. That means I came up to her and panting for breath. Hakiko,
Hi! You look terrible.
Thanks.
What happened to you?
Nothing. I've been running on my way.
We have a couple of minutes left. What kept you so long?
Katsumi kept me.
He was at your place?
God, no, we were just texting each other.
Wow. How often do you guys...
Every day.
Be careful. You know he's Honey Mouth. And he was labeled as a womanizer.
Don't you worry about me, Akiko. Katsumi and I are just friends. He never tried anything in person, but yeah, I know how honey-mouthed he can get some.
I know that too.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Akiko, in a way, brought me back to reality by saying, at least she helped me stop thinking about my day with Katsumi, so I was finally able to focus on my exam. Suddenly, I felt a tremendous desire to see him, and check if his behavior was really What about you? How are your studies?
Pretty neatly, I guess. What I find the most difficult, though, is going to the hospital and dealing...
Now you've got me laughing, Akiko. Akiko was going to the Facility of Medicine, and she was a great student. The thing that was bugging Akiko the most was that there were people in need of medical help, but they couldn't get it because of some other people who only thought they were sick and had enough money to pay the doctors. This may be a little weird to think, but that's Akiko and her perception of—
No, I'm serious. I noticed that many of them suffer from hypochondria.
You sound like a real doctor. But it's all happening to them because of the stress.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, I almost forgot. Katsumi called me. He says he's going to the old crew's gathering again.
What about the others? I noticed somebody's shadow falling over me.
Sure.
And I looked up at the person standing behind me. He had a foolish grin on his face. He slightly pulled a strand of my hair and it was Rokuro.
Hey girls, what are you plotting?
Что это такое?
Hi, Rokuro. You know me. I'm getting ready to make someone's life hell.
Rokuro, Akiko's just joking. We're talking about the summer and how that would be a perfect opportunity. Rokuro went to my high school and he's always had a smiling face. The only thing that was getting on his nerves was injustice. It was no wonder he decided to study law and become a lawyer. Apart from that, he's really a sweetheart. Until—
Count me in. It's not like I have something more important to do.
If only we could all be so careful. You're exceptionally I hate you, Rokuro.
Thanks, Akiko. I'll take it as a compliment.
Rokuro, where are you headed so early anyway? You going to college?
No way! I'll show up there only when I have to take the entrance exam.
You're lucky, cause you can be so relaxed about— I'm already extremely—
You should really chill out a little.
I know exactly how I'd relieve your tension, but I also know you'd turn me down.
You're giving up without even trying to persuade me. I don't like that. I like self-confident guys.
Haha, Rokuro, I wouldn't torture you like that, you know.
I'll let him say what he has to say. I may change—
Look me in the eye. I can see you want me. You're just not ready for me yet.
Чего?
I have no intention of sleeping with you,
Sex? You meant you just couldn't say it out loud.
Rokuro, come to think of it, I think please, do interfere.
Stop screwing with me! I have way more important things—
Stop pouting. I was just kidding you. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask you to come with me to a tattoo studio.
You're gonna get another tattoo?
Yeah, the pain of getting a new tattoo will suppress all other In case you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Makes sense. But tattoos are permanent, unlike feelings which are transitory.
That's precisely what I wanted to say. I'll manage somehow. One day, everything will be—
As you wish, girls.
The train arrived and we had to say goodbye to Rokuro. He waved us goodbye and signaled with his hand to give him a call later. Suddenly, I felt a huge excitement. Akiko, Katsumi, Rokuro, and I were going to be— That feeling kept me going throughout the whole day. Akiko's right. Sitting home all day is not— I miss my friends. I miss I could even wear a kimono for this— I only wonder where it could be now.
Угу. Ну да. Где баба, там рынок, где две бабы, там базар. Угу. Да уже пошлите, хрен, блин, разводить фигню. Подругой пойду. Угу. Да. Ладно, ребята, я думаю, на этом стоит остановиться. Сейчас мы из чата выйдем. Продолжим в следующий раз, слишком длинное видео будет. Если вам интересно, продолжим, собственно, проходить эту игру. Все, чат закрылся. Кстати, глава закончилась, отлично. Всем спасибо, всем пока.